True genius is when you can take something from nature, give it to a master craftsman, and the final product exceeds both nature and the master craftsman's vision. Welcome to Seven Stones. So here we are up past Meadowood in arguably one of nature's most beautiful landscapes, and you get to craft the wine. And you've been doing it since the beginning. So walk me through the invitation, walking up here for the first time and seeing what you saw and the experience like that.
Well, it was incredible coming up here the first time because it's so unlike any other property in Napa Valley. You're up above the valley, about 800 feet above the valley floor, and looking down the entire length of the Napa Valley. And to be able to grow wine here is a whole nother story.
Well, that's why I think where you as a winemaker who has an incredible past, and you've been really in the two most prominent wine regions in the world and have crafted your skill and are now highly sought after, to come here and to make the wine from beginning, put the vineyards in, and see everything from stage one. How gratifying was that, and what kind of was the dream and the vision for this property?
Well, when I first came up, there were only 4 parcels on the property, and I put 3 more in during my tenure here, including a very small block of Cabernet Franc. And Cabernet Franc's a very unusual varietal. It's a very old varietal. It's been unchanged for many years. And because of that, it shows very much where it's grown. So
okay.
It's, as we say, it shows its terroir very distinctly. And this particular block was a block of very loose ash. So it's almost like walking on the moon when you walk on the bare ground, because you sink down in your boots into it. And it's annoying in the middle of summer because you get a lot of ash in the back of your boot and you have to dump it out every once in a while. Cabernet Sauvignon can often be what we describe as a donut.
Okay.
That it has a hole in the middle, and it has this incredible tannic finish. It has this incredible attack when you put it in your mouth. It's bold and big, but there's something missing in the middle there. The Cabernet Franc is the filler. It's the donut hole. It brings up that mid palate, gives us a little bit more density in there.
And what are you particularly looking for when you have a landscape like this and a canvas like this to create what you want to create? What are you after from that perspective?
Well, we want to make the best possible wine we can from this site. So there's a great deal of power, a great deal of complexity. The wines are infinitely aromatic. But there's a suppleness of tannin here that you find on few sites.
There's 7 blocks now, and you're not going to produce that much. So what's the overall production? It's never enough.
So it is never enough. But we only have 3.03 acres of land. So we're making anywhere from 300 cases to 500 cases. It's the property of the Warnicks, and they live here, so they don't want to be overrun by vines.
As much as you would like to.
As much as I would like to take out their entire back lawn here and plant grapes, they're not going to let that happen.
Not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
I know the artwork from the Warnicks is a passion of theirs, and it seems that wine is now going to be taking a little bit more of that center stage from an art standpoint, and hats off to you for that.
It's such a great art collection up here that it's hard to compete with, but I think what this property produces naturally on this site is phenomenal and is a work of art in itself.
Well, that's fantastic, and we're thrilled to share it with you, and thanks for explaining it to us.
My pleasure.
Cheers. Heartfelt thanks to Aaron and especially the Warnicks for hosting us up here. It's an incredible property. The wine supersedes all your expectations. One of the most highly allocated Cabernets in all of Napa Valley. Thank you so much for all your support.